Thank you very much for being here tonight. My name is Robert Blott, and I am the Director of Instrumental Music here at Lone Star Sci Fair. I will just tell you, we have a couple of different formations, so they're going to be getting up and moving around. Just don't mind them. We're just rearranging furniture. If any of you have been to my concert before, you know that I usually like to talk in between pieces, and I'll do that a little bit tonight, but I'm getting over an illness, and one of the fun things is that I just start randomly coughing if I talk. So I can't talk too much or I'll start coughing. And if I do coughing, I apologize in advance. I wanted to let you know just a little bit about how this program came about. It really started because I was thinking about kind of some very basic repertoire that I feel like all students should learn at some point. And one of those is folk song suites. Ray Vaughan Williams, the English folk song suite we're doing today, Gustav Holst has a suite for band as well that I'd like to do sometime soon. And then on the orchestra side, because I always pair the concerts, I've always wanted to get them doing some Beethoven. You know, you kind of have the standards of the repertoire, Beethoven and Bach and Brahms and stuff like that. So it seemed like a perfect opportunity to put those together. So if you look at your program, I don't know if any of you have noticed yet, but essentially the theme is sort of a tour of Europe. So with the band, all of the pieces we're playing are either by British composers or they're traditional, UK tunes, Irish, Scottish, British, something. So in other words, it's the islands, right? The English-speaking islands. And then the orchestra program is all music from the continent. Now, I won't lie, this worked out pretty well for me because it just basically gave me an opportunity to play all the greatest hits that I wanted to do anyway. So that kind of worked out well. But I hope you enjoyed the program. It's really interesting to note maybe just the different styles as you listen to the band and then listen to the orchestra. So our next piece, Scarborough Fair, just a traditional song. I'm sure most of you will recognize it by a modern arrangement. And then after that, again, the folk song suite by Ray Vaughan Williams, which is 3 separate movements. Do note that those movements are played back to back, so if you could, I told you, sorry, if you could hold your applause till the end of that whole section of 3, that would be great. Thank you. much more graceful than that. Stand just to the left of me. Thank you very much. So you might have noticed by now, and I discovered this as I started programming this, British love marches and they love traditional music, and that's kind of all they write. So that piece had both. It had two marches and it had a traditional folk song in the middle, so very British. Just so you know, a mini history lesson, the composer Ray Fun Williams, who was the composer of that, and then Gustav Holst, who did our first piece, were both very instrumental in getting symphonic band music kind of out in the mainstream and treating the symphonic band as a more serious ensemble for which to write music. You know, back in their day, the orchestra or an opera was kind of the highest art form, if you will, and bands were mostly like military bands or a community or parade or something, but they started to write really good, you know, sit down and play literature. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to let the students have a chance to play it, is it's an important kind of foundational element for symphonic band and of course for their wind and brass instruments. So our next piece, as you might notice, is a traditional piece. It's Loch Lomond. Again, many of you will likely recognize this very famous melody. So this particular arrangement is actually by an American composer, but I think he did a great job and did a good service to the tune. There's a lot of what we call counterpoints, so like moving lines that go in addition to the main melody, which they play very well, and I think will come out nicely in this hall, and I would encourage you to listen for that. There's a very haunting little duet in the middle that's played very nicely, and I think sort of evokes the feelings of you know, home or being away from home on a battlefield. So this is, again, Loch Lomond. Well, before our last number, I was wondering, do you guys think you could help me out with something? Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate that. We have a special guest in the audience tonight, and I just wanted to take a minute to recognize her. It's my daughter, Eleanor, and tonight is her 8th birthday. I was wondering if you'd be willing to help me sing happy birthday to her. Is that okay? All right. Eleanor really wanted to go out to dinner tonight for her birthday, but she's kindly at my concert, so I promised we'd go out tomorrow night. All right, so we'll find an opportunity to celebrate. Well, thank you so much. Can we give the band one more hand really quick before our last piece? Yeah. It's really a pleasure to be able to conduct them. They're a fine group of musicians. Hopefully we have fun together most days. And I think that they've played well tonight, and I've enjoyed this program. So for our last piece for the band, we're going to do something called Ye Merry Fantasy, which honestly, I guess just based on the title, could be a bunch of different things. I always think of like Robin Hood and his merry men, but it's not that. It's basically an arrangement of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen that has a few different variations in it. So it's really interesting. It starts slow and it kind of gets fast. I think you'll really enjoy it. You should be able to hear the main recognizable tune. Just a quick reminder, so once we're done with this piece, we'll have about a 10-15 minute intermission, roughly so. We can get the orchestra all set up. That does take a bit of housekeeping. We gotta move a lot of chairs and stands. So don't go anywhere, except for maybe the lobby. You know, grab a drink or something. But come back, and the second half of the program will be the orchestra. Thank you.
Thank you.